Hey, my kindergarten friends and everybody else who's following along, Mrs. Real here. It has been an exciting couple of days, a very busy couple of days in our chicken room and our chicken land and all of our chicken learning. So it's time we'd spend a few minutes putting some of this stuff down in our journals. So this is the first of a couple of videos I'm going to make today with our chickens. And the first part I thought I would share with you is a fun poem that I remember from when I was teaching. I found it online, I printed one out. And it so is telling about what we're going through right now, what we're doing, what we're experiencing, what we're watching. So this poem says, peck, peck, peck on the warm brown egg. Out comes a neck, out comes a leg. How does a chick who's never been about discover the secret of how to get out? Just like our chicks have been doing right here, cracking the tops off their eggs and coming out. Now, when I had a poem cube in my calendar box when I was teaching first and second graders, and I had this poem on my April poem cube, and it was a little bit different. The one I remember said, peck, peck, peck on the warm brown egg. Out comes a wing, out comes a leg. So when I got this and I started saying it to myself, I was like, out comes a, oh, my mouth got ready for neck. Wing would start with a different letter. So if I'm saying this poem to you at some point, I might goof it up because in my brain, I remember it as wing. This one says neck, but it's a fun poem. And I thought about it as I laid in bed waiting for our eggs to hatch. Peck, peck, peck on the warm brown egg. Out comes a neck, out comes a leg. How does a chick who's never been about discover the secret of how to get out? How do they know as they grow in those eggs that they're supposed to pip through into the air sac and breathe the air, and then the next day pip through the egg so they can start getting more air in there, and then run their beak with that egg tooth around the edge in a circle and then push with their feet to get out? It's just in their DNA, just as how they know that they need to do it. And sometimes if they don't know or things don't work out well, then sometimes that's why some of them don't hatch. So it's too fun because I want to share again a screen with you to show one of our eggs hatching out because we need to do some work in our chicken hatching journal. Do you guys remember way back when we started this? It wasn't that long ago and it seems like forever all at the same time. We talked about the life cycle of an egg, or the life cycle of a chicken. Starts as an egg, turns into a hatchling, then it becomes a fluffy chick, and the chick turns into either the hen, the girl chicken, or the rooster, which is the boy chicken. And then girl chickens lay eggs, which can turn into hatchlings, then become chicks, and then they're either a hen or a rooster, and it goes around and around and around. Today we're going to be talking about that hatchling and drawing what happens when things hatch out of an egg. Inside of our egg, we learned there was a shell on the outside holding it all together. The membrane is that lining that's on the inside that makes that bubble. That's the air sac that they can breathe before they hatch out. The goop on the inside is the albumin, or the white. The yellow part is the yolk. The embryo was the dot on the yellow. And the chalaza, or the cords that were holding that yolk in the center. And remember, the albumin was the cushion in the egg, and the yolk was the food that's keeping those chicks fed while they're still in the incubator waiting to get out. Here was our incubator that we drew, the base here with our eggs so patiently waiting, the top part that said temperature 99.5, and our days. It took 21. Some of our chickens came out a little bit early. They came out the night of the 20th day. Others came on the 21st day, and we still have one 2 days later who hasn't hatched yet. Then we learned that chickens lay eggs, and so do lots of other animals. Which fun one did you pick to put in your journal? Penguins, octopus, lizards. We candled our eggs on day 14. We put them on that light, and we know that the air sac was glowing and the yellow yolk was glowing. The black part that was not glowing was because the chick was in there taking up all that space, and the veins were going around. We could see some of them. And then we came to hatching day. So that's where we're going to start today. We're going to write down what we saw happening on that. But first, before we write it all down or draw it all out, I want to show you the video when our third chick was hatching out, because it's a good picture that we can use. So I'm going to start this from the beginning, and then I'm going to stop it where he's laying down waiting to get the rest of his shell off, in case you haven't seen it, and then now you'll know what we're going to be drawing. All right, my friends, they are going crazy in here. We have chickens everywhere. And that one right there, he's trying to hatch out of his egg. I'm trying to get down so you guys can see better. All right, do you see how he's laying right there? So the eggshell is broken. Oops, let me get my pointer. The eggshell is broken right here. That's the top half, and then here's the bottom half. This is his body. His feet are tucked inside there. Here's a neck, out comes a neck. And here's his head. His beak is pointing out that way. I'll turn this on again in a minute, and we'll finish watching him get out, because then he turns around his face so we can see him. So let's go back to our journal. And this page needs a title. This was Candling Eggs Day 14. This title is going to be Hatch Day 21. Or let's do Hatching Day. So titles, every word starts with a capital letter. So we've got capital H, A, T. Think about that ch. Two letters sound like chicken, CH. And then three letters say ing at the end, I-N-G. Hatching. Good space. New word, capital D for day, D-A-Y. And we are very excited about Hatching Day, so I am going to put an exclamation point, because it's Hatching Day. So on Hatching Day, we had part of a shell right here. And we had a bigger part of the shell right here. And then coming out of the shell, we had our chicken's belly. His legs are tucked inside. We had a neck coming out, and then his head was facing, his beak was poking out that way. You might see a little piece of his eye right here. And I'm going to go over my lines and darken them up a little bit now that I sketched him out. And we can't see his feet because they're hiding down inside of this egg, but you know that's the part he pushes at. There. So his feet are hiding inside the shell because we can't see through the shell. And he's going to push out and get himself out. And I think they're very cute because it seems like their legs, no, their wings are kind of little and stumpy, and you can't see them very good when they're all wet because all the feathers are just kind of squished down. So you draw your hatchling the best way you can. And after we're done with this lesson, you're going to go back and color it. Now we have quite a few black chickens in our incubator. We have 2 that are kind of brown with black stripes on them, almost tigerish looking because we're Gale Tiger, so that would make sense. And then we have 1 bright fuzzy yellow one. And you know what? I think I want to add, after hatching day, exclamation point, because we're excited, let's mark that day, capital D again, good space. Now another space, 21. Which this one came out kind of day 20, but they're supposed to be on day 21. All right, so I'm going to go back to that video and we're going to finish watching him hatch all the way out and kick that eggshell right off of himself. And you can hear Mr. Real in the background. I was talking to him and he was excited too. You'll see his face peek over here because he's been just as excited to watch these chickens hatch as we all have. I haven't even counted. How many do we have? 3? All right, so we have our first friend, our second friend. This third one is just now coming out. Look, he's pushing with his legs. His friends are going to help him. He's going to come out. He's going to crash into another one that's still there. Do you see how tired they are? They push so hard and then they're just done. He's tired. And they rest for a few minutes, and then he gets more energy. Here it comes. It's gonna get the rest of that egg off of him. Look, there he goes. Good job, buddy. Oh, there it is. I must really ruin the video. Now I can't see him. So this guy is recently hatched too because he's still pretty wet and tired. Oh. There's that one. Still moving around. Okay, my friends, we now have 3. And that one needs some time to rest and get warm, get dried off. And now they all have company in there. And he's resting. I think it's so cute. He's using his egg as his pillow to kind of hold his head up because he's really, really tired. So my friends, it has been so much fun watching them hatch out, and I'm glad we got to see parts of it. I got to videotape parts of it. I was running in there really fast with my phone because I knew that one was hatching out, and I wanted to make sure we got it so you guys could see it all. Okay, so take a minute, color your great entry into your journal. I'm going in right now to check on the chicks again because I do it all the time because they're just so cute. And I'm going to get their box set up that they need to move into because we need to get them out of that incubator and into the box, but there's some things that they need. So I'm going to go get the box ready to be set up. I'm going to make a video in there that I'll add here. And then I'll make another video where we can go back into our journals and add all that information that you're going to learn about what baby chicks need once they come out of the incubator. Because it's kind of a lot for a little while, but they're cute. And then we'll get to see them better. They'll be in a box and I can videotape them better. And you'll get to see them move around and not so squished together and in that plastic thing where all the motor and stuff is in the way. And I can't get down far enough to get my phone in there at a good angle because it's sitting right on the table. So I will see you again soon. Finish coloring your chick and we'll learn all about what needs to be done to take care of chicks after they leave the incubator. See you soon. Bye.